Okay, so I had this idea. Currently, I am shooting every single video that I make in this office, but I'm also editing every single video I make in this office. So I had a brilliant idea. What if I make my own studio? Now, this is normally for the big guys. However, Carly and I, my fiance, have a free spot in the basement. It's totally unused right now. I'll show you a video of it here. It is totally unused right now. Literally, neither one of us are using it. It hasn't been touched since we moved into this house. So I figured, why don't I take advantage of that? Instead of always feeling like I have to adjust something in here, and why don't I just leave everything as it is in here and then create my own office / just basically a studio setup downstairs. And that way I can edit up here, do the work up here, and then when I want to film a video, I can go downstairs and shoot it. So I'm going to see you downstairs. All right, so as you can see, we are down here in the basement again. The wall is painted white. It's totally painted. Well, not totally painted, but the part I think I need painted is painted white. So now I need to run to Home Depot and pick up the matte black paint. I want to get matte paint because lighting won't reflect off of matte paint. You can see on this ceiling, this is a reflective surface. This is not a matte surface. So this reflects the light bad. And you can see over here, this is a more matte surface. It's way less reflective. Not the greatest example, but you understand what I'm saying. So now we're gonna head to Home Depot. So I just got here and I'm sitting in the parking lot, and in an effort to not look like a punk, I don't want anybody to see me, basically. So I'm here just to pick up the black paint, and I'm gonna see if there's anything else that I might need. I wanna get moving blankets, but I think there's a cheaper place that I can get those at. So I'm probably just gonna get black paint, and I have paintbrushes, so that's all I'm gonna need. And, oh, I gotta get painter's tape too. Okay, bye. So I just got back from Home Depot and Harbor Freight with those down there that you can see. So basically, and I bought some monitors today too, but that's for something else. So basically, you can see that this is now kind of roughly what this is going to look like. I'm just gonna see if this looks good, and if it does, then great. If not, I can always just paint with the white paint over the black. I'm hoping that this works, so I don't have to do that. But basically, I have everything I need now. I have the futon, I have the paint for the wall, I have the sound panels, basically just blankets that I'm going to hang up over here, up there, somewhere over here, and then back there. So really it's starting to come together. I just need to start painting, and then I gotta really just tie up some loose ends, and then it should pretty much be done. I'm gonna add a lamp for sure back here. I think I'm gonna add a lamp like right in this area, but you just have to see that. So here's a quick montage of everything. Ready, set, go. All right, so now I gotta paint this stupid wall for this stupid video. Okay, so we are a decent way through. Let's see if I can open this up. Nope, that's not gonna do anything. So we're a decent way through. Painting sucks. The good news is I don't have to paint like all that well. So like the bottom of the thing, I don't have to get like perfect to this flooring down here, which shouldn't be put in the basement in the first place. It's like paneled flooring basically. So it's like popping up in a lot of spaces because some basements are pretty damp. Most basements are pretty damp. Ours is actually not that damp for a basement from what we heard. Let me see if I can get some better lighting. Here it is. But basically, yeah, it's going well. Just a little check-in. Everything's all painted over. It's just gonna be probably like a decent amount of time until we're finished. So I'm probably just gonna cut to that because it's no fun to watch somebody do work. How about we cut to this whole thing just being finished? And it's finally completed, and this is, yes, my 4th time filming this part because I've had some issues with the new setup. Isn't that great? Basically, what happened was I used a computer that I had lying around. It has an AMD A6400K processor, which is a processor with a single core and two cores, technically due to hyperthreading. And it froze up while I was recording the audio, so now I'm just having the MacBook Pro taking the audio, so this should work flawlessly. So obviously you can tell that the new setup is complete. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. There are definitely some things I want to change in the future that I think I'm going to change, and obviously I want your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. But I do have a couple of questions that you guys might have that I'm going to answer. Basically, why do what you did and stuff like that. So to begin, what's the reason for this? Well, basically, what I've learned recently is do as many things as you possibly can that makes it easier to make stuff or do the job you're trying to do or do the activity that you're trying to do. For example, if you're somebody who is trying to play a video game, for example, it's going to be much harder to play a video game if your Xbox is always unplugged, always at a different TV, you're never connected to the Wi-Fi, you always have to use your phone's hotspot or something, and you don't have a controller that can plug in, or that every time you plug it in, you lose the cable, and it doesn't work with Bluetooth, or yada, yada, yada. Basically, you're making it harder and harder on yourself every single time, and that's what I'm trying to avoid with this new setup. I basically just want to be able to sit down, film, and record, because I think I'm by no means the best YouTuber on the planet. In fact, I would barely even call myself one, but I do think that I have things to say, and I think that what I have to say is sometimes interesting and we have fun doing it. So I want to make it as easy as possible. Did that come off arrogant? I didn't mean it to. I have things to say. That comes off arrogant. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I have fun doing this, and I think I'm helping people with what I've been doing. So I think that making it easier for me to make content and make videos is better for everybody. It takes my stress level from a 15 all the way down like a 3. I've been able to make these videos over the course of a week. So instead of coming up with a video idea that night or the night before and then rushing to get it out and rushing to get it complete, I have a full week to produce a video, and obviously the new upload schedule is Wednesdays at 9. If you didn't know that, it's Wednesdays at 9. So 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you live, base it off of the Eastern Standard Time standard. Is that right? But anyway, let's talk more about the setup. Obviously, like I said, it was built to make my life easier. It's the whole thing. Everything I've done in the last 2-3 weeks has been done to make my life easier. It's taken a lot of extra work to build a setup like this. Like, this took roughly probably almost 24 hours of work with some tinkering and stuff needed here and there. And it's not perfect. It's not even close. In fact, there are a lot of things I would change. That light off that wall is super hard to look at. This couch, I don't like the color that's underneath this couch. It's black. It blends right into the wall. So in the future, I may just paint the wall gray instead of black, which I think would definitely make the space look probably a little bit better, and I don't have to have this this blanket looks like I'm about to film, but I don't want to have that. I want this to look as good as possible, so obviously I want your guys' input. But for now, it's so easy for me to sit down and film this. This is the 4th time I filmed this video. The first 2, I didn't like what I said, so I just threw those out. The other one, something glitched out on the computer I was using, and that's just the end of that. But I've been able to record 4 different videos. They all sounded excellent. They all looked excellent. They're all framed pretty nicely. And I think that that is exactly what I'm trying to accomplish with this new setup. No, it's not the best looking setup on YouTube. I'm not trying to be. I just want one that's functional and that looks okay. Definitely there are some things I'm going to change. That needs to be painted over. I'm just not sure if I'm going to change the wall color, so I haven't decided if I'm just going to paint over it in black or if I'm just going to change the entire wall color, so it doesn't even matter if I paint over in black or anything. So obviously I want you guys' input. I think I've said that like 25 times, but what else I've done down here is I put up a bunch of moving blankets. In a basement, in most basements, there's going to be a hard floor, like a concrete floor, concrete wall for the foundation of the house, a hard ceiling, hard wall, hard wall. So where I'm sitting at, there's a corner right here where the foundations meet, which creates 2 concrete points. The floor is a 3rd concrete point, and then up there and over there is another hard point. And basically why that's important is because when sound is hitting something hard, it's really jarring and it's hard to listen to the reverb. If you listen to the beginning of this video, you can hear it echo a lot, and I'm standing right next to the microphone. Like, that microphone is this far from my face and you can still hear the reverb and the echo, but now it's a lot it's really reduced. I have a blanket on the ground, a blanket over there, and 2 blankets over there hanging from the top of the ceiling, falling down to make it appear as if it's a wall, but really just to help with noise isolation. I thought that was a really cheap way. I mean, $70. I think I spent not even that many. I mean, I had most of these blankets anyway, so I spent like $45 on all of those blankets. So it's a pretty cheap way to make it sound a lot better. Next, I upgraded my microphone. I was not even an upgrade, actually. This one was cheaper than the other one. But the other microphone I was using was more of a directional microphone that you sit in front of and talk to like this. Whereas this microphone is a boom microphone, so it's pointing directly at me, pointing right at my chest. And from what I understand, that's the best quality audio you'll get because you won't hear all of the you know what I mean, like those like breathing and gross things that happen in humans' mouths. So that's a nice little upgrade. The camera is still the same, 4K, 24 frames per second, GH5. The lighting is hugely important. If you're filming anything, I'm by no means an expert, but lighting is, in my opinion, the most important thing. I could shoot this on my phone, and it would look pretty similar to how it looks now. I just have this camera, so I might as well use it. It looks marginally better on this camera, but honestly, if I were to film this on my phone, it probably wouldn't make too much of a difference. But lighting is huge. I have a light right here and a light right there. That light I'm probably going to change out here. I gotta find a different light to buy. What I want to do is buy a different light for here and then move this light over there. That's the plan in the future. But lighting is so key, especially in a setup. But really what it comes down to is functionality. It needs to check your boxes. So for me, it needs to look nice. It needs to be functional. It needs to be easy to do. It needs to be isolated from everything. I'm down in the basement. There's nobody down here to bother me. Nothing is loud. There are things that will be loud in the future, like the laundry machine, the drying machine, I'm sure you can hear it now, the air conditioning machine. But all these things are so minor compared to what I used to have to deal with back up the stairs in my office. And I'm blessed to have different spaces to film in. Honestly, I'm super pumped with how this all turned out. In the future, changing the lighting probably slightly. I want to have a shelf hang down from the ceiling down there with probably a piece of greenery on it to really bring the scene together. But that's my plan in the future. That light just needs to change a little bit. It's just a little bit too bright. It doesn't dim. It's a super cheap light. I bought it for like $25, so it's a super cheap light that I can't really do anything else with other than that. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I hope what I said helped you out a little bit. And what it comes down to is functionality. That's what I'm going to preach. That's what I'm going to say forever and ever and ever. It comes down to making it as easy as possible to do what you're trying to do. Whether that is something very simple like create a YouTube video or code the next Facebook. Make it easy on yourself. Don't make it so you have to dig through a bunch of stuff to start working, because that's just going to only slow you down, especially if you're not really getting paid for it like I'm not getting paid. So I hope this video helped. I had a lot of fun making it. It's really cool. I am going to Tiguanum Falls. What is it called? I am taking a vacation for the 4th of July. For those of you not in America, that is America's birthday, and I get that day off, and then I'll be taking the next day off of work. So I have a pretty cool video planned for that. That'll be coming out next Wednesday at 9 p.m. And don't forget, if you want to help support this channel, there are now 2 different ways to do that. One of them is to go over to patreon.com and give me money. That's essentially all I'm doing, right? I'm just asking for money. But I'm asking for money because I don't take sponsorships. So, and I never will. You can see the video. I'll link down below as to why I'll never have sponsorships. It's a pretty cool video. That sounds so God, I sound like so arrogant during this video. I mean, I am the best, but like the fact that I know that I'm the best makes it even more arrogant. But also the second way is, if you don't like Patreon, to go to my website directly, technoeclipse.com, which will also be linked down below, and to donate on there. Essentially, it is just a donation, but you're doing more than just giving me money. You're help supporting this channel, future upgrades to this channel, and obviously future increased in quality of the content. So I hope all those things are worth it to you. I know that I'm taking a risk by not having a sponsor on my channel because it's much easier money, but I would much rather keep my dignity and my pride and not feel like I'm just selling out for a quick buck, and make sure I'm making really good content for everybody without having money muddle it all up. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the upload schedule. I'll see you there. Be there or be square. That sucked. Peace out.